Stop scrolling. You might be missing the one signal she's been giving you all along, and most men never notice it. Today, I'm revealing the subtle gesture that tells you she's genuinely interested, and once you see it, everything changes. This isn't just about attraction. It's about understanding human psychology and reading the signs she's sending without her saying a word. Stay till the end, because what you'll learn could make the difference between being ignored or being remembered. I want to know, where are you watching this from? Drop your city or country in the comments. Let's see how far this message is reaching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to never miss life-changing truths like this. You've probably noticed it before, even if you didn't think much of it. A girl touches her hair, her neck, or even lightly brushes her lips while talking to you. It's subtle, almost invisible if you're not paying attention. But here's the truth: these small, seemingly casual gestures carry enormous meaning. They are not random habits, they are unconscious signals. Psychology tells us that when someone is attracted to another person, they often engage in what's called self-grooming behaviors. These are ways of subtly presenting themselves in a way that they know is appealing, even if they don't realize it consciously. It's their body speaking a language that words can't capture. Now, think about the last time someone you were attracted to did something similar. Did you notice how your attention shifted immediately? That's because these gestures tap directly into our instinctual wiring. When she touches her hair, it's not just about fixing a strand. It's about drawing your eye, creating a momentary connection, and opening a tiny window into her emotional state. She's telling you, without saying a word, I want you to see me. I want you to notice me. It's fascinating when you realize that attraction is often more about observation than verbal communication. Men, in particular, are wired to respond to visual cues, often without understanding why. This is why these small touches are so powerful. They bypass conscious thought and speak straight to the subconscious. They are not overt or flashy. They are delicate, intentional, and deeply human. Understanding this transforms the way you perceive interaction with women. You start noticing patterns you once missed, and suddenly, social dynamics that seemed confusing become clear. But here's where most men go wrong. They see the gesture but ignore the meaning behind it. She's not touching her hair because she's bored or because it's habitual. She's doing it because there's a spark of interest, a desire to engage with you on a level deeper than conversation. The challenge is to recognize it without overreacting, without projecting your assumptions. It requires mindfulness, presence, and emotional intelligence. You must observe closely, interpret carefully, and respond naturally. That's where true attraction begins. Not from trying too hard, but from understanding the subtle messages that your behavior can reflect back to her. The beauty of this insight is that it's not manipulative, it's observational. It's about reading human behavior with clarity, not using tricks to force an outcome. When you can do this, interactions with women become richer, more meaningful, and far more authentic. You start to see connection not as a goal but as a process, a dance of subtle gestures, eye contact, and mutual attention. She touches her neck, and you notice it. She smiles slightly while tucking a strand of hair behind her ear, and you see it. These are the moments that reveal interest, and they happen continuously in ways most men overlook entirely. There's a deeper philosophical layer to this as well. Attraction, in many ways, is an unspoken dialogue between minds and bodies. Every small gesture is a sentence, a word, a nuance in a conversation that predates verbal communication. When you learn to read these signals, you are engaging in a form of human literacy, an understanding that extends beyond superficial charm or scripted lines. It's about perceiving truth in behavior and responding in a way that is authentic to yourself. This requires patience, attentiveness, and a willingness to slow down and observe rather than rush to action. And let's not forget confidence. Recognizing these cues is only half the equation. How you carry yourself when you notice them is what ultimately matters. Confidence doesn't mean forcing attention or creating pressure. It means understanding the signal, acknowledging it internally, and letting your presence communicate interest in a calm, grounded way. She touches her hair, you notice, and your response is subtle. Eye contact. A small smile, a relaxed posture. That's where psychology meets philosophy. You are demonstrating awareness without intrusion, presence without desperation, understanding without overthinking. So when you leave this section of the speech, I want you to remember this. The small gestures matter immensely. Attraction is often hidden in the details, in the fleeting touches that might seem insignificant at first glance. Paying attention, noticing, and responding thoughtfully changes the entire dynamic of interaction. It's not magic, and it's not manipulation. It's insight applied with respect and awareness. Ultimately, the lesson is simple but profound-eyed to connect with someone. First, learn to truly see them. The gestures, the touches, the subtle movements are all part of a language of interest that most men completely miss. When you can read it, when you can respond with presence and authenticity, you move from being just another person in her environment to someone who stands out, someone who commands attention naturally. And that, more than anything else, is what attraction is really about. So the next time a girl touches her hair, her neck, or her lips while speaking to you, don't dismiss it. Notice it. Understand it. Let it guide how you engage. Because in those small gestures lies the truth of her feelings, the unspoken invitation, and the chance to connect in a way that words alone could never achieve. Remember, this attraction speaks in whispers, not shouts. Learn to listen carefully, act thoughtfully, and watch how the world of connection unfolds before you. Have you ever noticed how people sometimes mirror your gestures, your posture, even the rhythm of your speech, without realizing it? It happens subtly, almost invisibly, but it's one of the most powerful signals of attraction there is. When a girl is interested in you, she might unconsciously mimic the way you move, the way you tilt your head, or even the pace of your breathing. It's called mirroring, and it's a behavior rooted deep in human psychology. From an evolutionary perspective, mirroring builds trust. It creates a sense of comfort, a feeling that the person in front of us is in sync with us, aligned on a level that words alone cannot convey. This behavior isn't deliberate, it's instinctive. When someone mirrors us, it's because they are emotionally attuned and seeking connection. It's their subconscious way of saying, I like you. I want to bond with you. And here's the fascinating part. Most men never notice it. They see the gesture, the movement, but they fail to understand the deeper meaning. A simple touch to her own arm, repeated when she sees you move yours, is not a coincidence. It's a reflection of interest. Her body is engaged in a silent dialogue with yours, revealing a truth that her words may not yet dare to speak. Understanding this phenomenon changes the way you interpret interactions. Suddenly, small, seemingly trivial behaviors take on a new significance. When she adjusts her posture as you adjust yours, when she laughs a little louder because you laughed, or when she tilts her head in the same direction as you, it's all a form of unconscious communication. These are cues of connection, signals that she's paying attention to you, studying your behavior, and aligning herself with your energy. The level of insight you gain by noticing these patterns is profound. It's like having a secret window into her feelings. But mirroring goes beyond mere observation. It's about energy, rhythm, and emotional resonance. A woman who likes you will often synchronize her body and speech in subtle ways. It's rarely about consciously copying. It's about emotional attunement. She senses your presence and begins to move in harmony with you. Psychologists call this interpersonal synchrony, and it's one of the key markers of rapport and attraction. When you recognize it, you're seeing her vulnerability, her willingness to connect, and her subtle invitation to engage more deeply. This is why many social interactions feel magical, without a clear reason. It's not magic. It's biology. Mirroring activates a part of the brain that responds to empathy and social connection. When she mirrors you, her brain is signaling openness, engagement, and attraction. Your brain, in response, unconsciously rewards these gestures. That's why you feel drawn to her, why you sense a spark without a word being exchanged. Understanding this allows you to see patterns clearly, instead of misreading signals or confusing nervous habits with genuine interest. Now, this is where awareness becomes crucial. Recognizing mirroring is not just about noticing, it's about responding. You don't want to force it or overthink it. Confidence here is subtle, grounded, and authentic. When you notice she's mirroring your gestures, you can deepen the connection by staying present, maintaining relaxed body language, and subtly matching her energy in return. This is not about manipulation. It's about engaging in the natural rhythm of human connection, honoring the signals she is sending, and responding thoughtfully. Philosophically, this mirrors the way life often communicates with us, not through loud proclamations, but through subtle signs and patterns. Attraction, like many aspects of human connection, speaks in quiet rhythms. Those who are attentive, observant, and patient pick up on these rhythms, and they gain insight that others miss. When a woman mirrors your actions, she is offering a reflection of herself, a glimpse into her feelings. It's an opportunity to see her truth and respond in a way that creates alignment rather than confusion. But here's the crucial part that most men overlook: you recognizing mirroring is only valuable if it leads to intentional presence. Simply noticing the behavior without adjusting your own awareness or response will not create attraction. True understanding requires action that is subtle, confident, and respectful. Eye contact, gentle smiles, and calm presence reinforce the connection without overwhelming it. Mirroring is not a trick, it's a natural language. When you respond with awareness and authenticity, you create a space where attraction can flourish organically. The beauty of this insight is that it allows you to understand interaction on a deeper level. You stop chasing or guessing, and instead, you begin observing patterns, understanding emotional rhythms, and engaging with intentionality. Connection becomes less about manipulation and more about comprehension. You see her energy, reflect it with your own, and allow chemistry to build naturally. Mirroring is not about control, it is about harmony, understanding, and alignment. So, as you leave this section of the speech, remember this: when a girl unconsciously mirrors your gestures, she's offering you a rare insight. She's revealing interest, curiosity, and openness without needing to say a word. Recognize it, honor it, and respond with authenticity. The way you perceive and respond to these subtle behaviors will define how relationships unfold. In the end, attraction is less about words and more about resonance. Notice the reflections, feel the rhythm, and let the silent language of connection guide your actions. Noticing attraction signals is only part of the equation. Understanding them intellectually is one thing, but knowing how to respond is what separates those who connect from those who fumble. When a girl touches herself subtly, mirrors your gestures, or shows other cues of interest, the most powerful action you can take is to remain calm, present, and confident. This is where psychology meets philosophy. Attraction is not about chasing or convincing. It's about aligning energy in a way that feels natural and mutual. Your response communicates as much, if not more, than her signals. Most men overreact when they notice signs of interest. They feel pressure, excitement, or anxiety and immediately try to escalate or prove themselves. That's a mistake. The moment you act from uncertainty or desperation, you break the delicate balance that her subtle cues have created. She is offering you a window, a glimpse into her desire and curiosity, and it's up to you to respect it. Responding with calm awareness creates an atmosphere where attraction can thrive organically, without force or manipulation. Confidence in this context is not loud or performative. It's measured and grounded, rooted in self-awareness and emotional intelligence. When you notice her cues, you don't overthink, you don't guess at hidden meanings, and you don't rush toward an outcome. Instead, you acknowledge the signal internally, adjust your own body language to remain relaxed and open, and engage with intention. A simple smile, steady eye contact, or subtle mirroring of her energy can speak volumes. This is how psychology translates into practical action. You respond to attraction signals without overwhelming them, letting natural connection unfold. There's a philosophical element to this as well. Life often communicates in whispers rather than shouts. Just as the world offers subtle hints of opportunity or danger, human attraction speaks in small, fleeting gestures. The ability to notice and act appropriately is a reflection of mindfulness, awareness, and maturity. You are not just responding to her interest, you are demonstrating your own presence and self-possession. This is powerful because people are drawn to those who carry themselves with inner calm, who do not seek validation, but instead engage authentically and with purpose. Respect plays a central role. Attraction signals are an invitation, not an obligation. They indicate curiosity and openness, not permission to overstep boundaries. A girl who touches her hair, neck, or lips while engaging with you is signaling interest, but it's your responsibility to interpret and respond appropriately. This is where emotional intelligence becomes a form of practical wisdom. By observing carefully, responding with presence, and respecting boundaries, you create a space where trust and comfort coexist with attraction. Over time, this approach deepens connection far more than any overt, forceful pursuit could. The subtle art of response also involves energy management. When she mirrors you, touches herself, or laughs in synchrony, she is reflecting her interest in your energy. If your response is jittery, overexcited, or rushed, it disrupts this flow. But when you stay grounded, relaxed, and attentive, you amplify her signals rather than dampen them. This is a principle that extends beyond attraction into all forms of human interaction. Presence, patience, and awareness are always more compelling than force or performance. Let's not underestimate the power of small gestures. When she subtly leans in, touches her hair while looking at you, or mirrors your posture, these are not trivial. They are the language of attraction. Your response can be equally small yet profoundly effective. A quiet smile, a calm acknowledgement, or even a pause that allows her signals to unfold naturally demonstrates both awareness and respect. It signals that you are in tune with her energy and that you are capable of engaging on a level deeper than surface level interaction. Philosophically, responding thoughtfully to attraction is a reflection of your own maturity. It is the ability to recognize opportunity without desperation, to engage without losing self-possession, and to allow natural connection to evolve rather than forcing it. This mindset transforms ordinary interactions into meaningful experiences. She is not a puzzle to solve or a goal to achieve. She is a human being offering subtle cues that reveal her curiosity, interest, and willingness to connect. Your role is to meet her on that level with presence, awareness, and integrity. As you internalize this principle, you realize that the way you respond often defines the trajectory of attraction more than the initial signal itself. Her touch, her gestures, and her mirroring are invitations, not guarantees. Your ability to engage thoughtfully, confidently, and respectfully is what creates lasting connection. By acting with awareness and purpose, you allow the natural rhythm of human interaction to take over, building trust, comfort, and mutual attraction organically. So as you reflect on this segment, remember this: noticing cues is only the first step. How you respond, how you carry yourself in the presence of these subtle signals is what determines whether the connection deepens or dissipates. Calm, confident, and respectful action communicates far more than words or grand gestures ever could. Your awareness transforms interest into engagement, curiosity into connection, and fleeting attraction into meaningful interaction. Ultimately, the true power lies in presence. Be aware, respond thoughtfully, and let the silent language of attraction guide your actions. When you do, you create not just connection, but an experience of human interaction that is authentic, profound, and deeply magnetic.